of the South.
Y'all give it up for Mimi. Mala.
Yes. And Eleva. What's up, everybody?
Peace on the streets. You gotta listen to Peace on the Streets.
Welcome everybody to Peace on the Streets radio show. I'm your host, Prince of the South.
And your girl, Mimi Mala with...
And Eleva. What's up, everybody?
What's going on in Orlando, Florida? Thank you all for tuning in. And we want to give a special shout out to WOKB for allowing us to be here and doing what we do right here on Peace on the Streets. We're going for our fourth Stellar Award.
Come
Let's
on!
go.
Fourth?
You know we're getting it.
We did it again.
We know it.
hey,
Come on.
Come on.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's congratulations, WOKB.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey, continue to keep doing what you guys doing. And plus, we're on 100.7 FM Kissimmee.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
So-
right, guys. 1680 AM, 100.7 FM, and WOKBradio.com.
it,
So
Thank
can
you,
we get
guys.
Stellar Awards as 100.7 FM too, or how does that work?
I think we probably can.
I'm trying to get some new
Interesting,
awards.
though.
You feel
Yeah.
me? There's got to be some FM awards
FM
you got to
award,
get.
yeah, that's what we want, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
We're going to have to check that award and see if it says that. That's good looking out.
Let's
Oh.
get it.
Yes, indeed. So we want to give a shout out quick to our sponsors. First of all, we want to give a shout out to Miss International World, Mrs. Ann.
That was a good one. She's listening right now. We actually have a special guest taking her place tonight,
Okay.
which is going to be supermodel Welina.
All
and
right.
Welina is my co-host when I was on stage for Salsa Fest 2022.
Oh.
Remember her? She was
yeah.
amazing.
She was
Okay.
great.
Yes.
So she'll be in tonight.
She's doing
You're
big
listening.
things, so she's going to get the mic tonight and represent.
Right,
Okay.
that's great. And we also have 321 No Fault in case you guys involved in it. Your 321 No Fault to call our girl Mimi. She'll give you all the thematics of it.
Absolutely, guys. Listen, if you get involved in any sort of accident, and I mean any, slip and fall, workers' comp, reach out to me. It doesn't even matter what state you're in. What I can do is assist you legally and medically without any cost out of pocket if you're the victim. How do you know if you're a victim? Reach out to me. In
That's
15
right.
minutes, my legal team and I can identify if you have a potential case or not and get you right in to be assisted legally and medically. Now, why they say no cost out of pocket is because they feel like they're going to win the case and they're going to take over. So they're going to protect you
Yes.
full force.
Right.
It's a big deal, guys. So, again, if you get involved in any sort of accident, reach out to me. 407-267-7378.
And once you leave there, make sure you make your way down to 1955 South of Parker Island, one of the biggest landscape nurseries in Orlando, Florida, next to Windermere. They have Slap the Apple, Memphis-style barbecue, one of the best barbecue places in Orlando, Florida. So make your way down to 1955 South of Parker Island, Slap the Apple, Memphis-style barbecue. Some of the best barbecue you can have right off the grill, you guys.
That's right. They even have a website now.
Yes, their
What
own
is it,
barbecue
Neil?
sauce.
Slap the apple sauce?
SlapTheAppleBarbecueSauce.com. That's right. You can go in there, get that spicy sauce, get the original, whatever you want. Make sure you go to SlapTheAppleBarbecueSauce.com and get you some sauce.
We just released the commercial ad for that. Then reproduced it.
Nice.
Reproduced Slap the Apple Memphis Style Barbecue.
The team.
The team. Peace on the Street. So we went out and we delivered visually with some content, with a little bit of Mimi,
Yeah,
spiced
yeah.
it up,
You
and
know it.
killed it.
Killed
Yes.
it.
It's such an amazing commercial, and it reads the details on it below, explains who produced it, who did the voiceover. But Peace on the Streets can do that for you guys. So if you have a business and you want to have it exposed tremendously, reach out to us. We can create an ad for you,
Yes.
put you on broadcasting radio,
Uh-huh.
and give a shout outs to your small business. It's a big deal.
And that's what you guys need is to promote and market. A lot of people don't know how to promote and market.
Right.
And that's what we do, you guys. We put your business out there.
That's
I mean,
right.
it's so out there. Guess what? We're now in 2 stores.
Now, yes,
Two
yes,
grocery
indeed.
stores, Slap the Apple.
That's right.
We made it happen, guys.
Yes.
And a
We
couple
did.
of markets.
Yes.
And a couple of marketplaces.
Come on.
So
awesome.
you guys go out there and get you some Slap the Apple Memphis-style barbecue sauce. Now, if you have any kind of vehicle trouble, Central Florida transmission repair. I mean, I just have a testimony. They done work for me. They wound up getting the AC fixed.
Yes.
They not only fix transmission, they fix everything from the rooter to the tutor. But they wound up fixing my AC. I mean, it's blowing good and cold. And they was able to give me my 15% discount.
Promo code.
Yeah, the promo code.
Peace on the Streets Radio, guys. Listen, they're giving a deal for only the people here in Central Florida. Well, you could come to Central Florida and get your discount if you're not from here.
Yes.
But listen, you have to be a Peace on the Streets listener. So when you
Word.
go into their office, make sure you say you referred by Peace on the Streets. They're willing to give all of our listeners a discount off.
15%.
That's a big deal on
Yes, it
anything,
is.
and especially when you get car repair. You don't get that at all.
No.
Not even the coupons deliver that to you.
And finance is available too.
That's a
So
big
in case
deal.
you
That's
guys
a huge
don't
deal.
have all the funds you need financing, they are available as well.
It could
That's
be
right.
a couple grand, then you need to drive. So if you don't have the cash, go ahead and get finance over there with our friends.
On the spot, guys. You could leave with your vehicle on the spot, and a lot of the places don't do that. So
No.
we appreciate them for serving the community as they do to make it affordable for each and every one of us. Transmission and Automotive Repair Shop, 4685 Old Winter Garden Road, Orlando, Florida, 32811. Mentorship program is also available. Big deal, guys. Give them a call, 407-203-1217, OrlandoTransmissionRepair.com.
And then you guys, we're gonna have pop culture highlights released. The Shade Tree.
Man, Mikhail Michaels kills it on this one. Wait till you listen to it tonight, guys. We're going to air it a couple times. And big shout out to him, too, because he had a huge pageantry going on that he made, produced, and host.
Congratulations.
And it's Planet Earth pageantry.
Nice.
It's pretty deep. It's been around for years.
Okay.
They just had their show Thursday, and the winners have just been announced. So we're going to share that on our website tonight and also on Facebook page, just to give you guys a little bit of a glimpse of what he is all involved in. He's a beast of the game, Prince.
Yes, he
He
is.
knows what he's doing. So, Shade Tree, thank you for being with us on Peace on the Streets radio show. Tonight, we're going to air some exclusive.
Okay.
And then we also have alert announcement, special drop-in guests coming from North Florida.
That's right.
Occurred in Las Vegas, 5 to 6 hour drive.
That's right.
Mecca Stephan.
So, guys, we have Macca and Steph. These are two individuals that are coming in that drove 6 hours away.
Wow.
Sarasota to come to be with us live in this station because they have a message and they have an urgent release they want to release to the public. Now, they have already released it to media, and they released it to media down south, down Miami, because they're originally from there. They went to Vegas, and someone got murdered.
Wow.
And they're going to explain exactly what happened in their household. That they coming out here to be with us live to discuss it. Not so much, but they want to release the people. They want to release what's going on, and they want to release to the public if we can find them. So more details coming up because only they can release this, and they're going to be in the building with us. So we appreciate them, their trust
That's
and their
wild.
time. It is. It's extremely deep.
Yes. So you guys tune in. Plus, we have Nurse V, Reshell Smith, Wild Out Wealthy Wednesday.
Reshell Smith is good building.
Yeah.
I can't wait. She's amazing. Nurse V's coming up, guys. And also, too, God willing, we might have a criminal law attorney coming in the second hour.
Yes.
And
James
wouldn't it
Smith.
be perfect that he's here with our friends coming from South Florida? Or-
Yes.
I mean, hey, maybe he could give them some insight on what they can do. This is
Exactly.
criminal law right here.
That's right, you
They caught
guys.
one individual right now, and he's in prison. Or
Wow.
jail, actually.
Wow.
It's deep, guys. So listen, this is your outlet. If you guys want to release something, if you have a message, if you're trying to find individuals, if you're missing people, to reach out to Peace on the Streets Radio. We will release this. We release this on air and make sure you guys are taken care of.
That's
that
right.
we're here for the people, for the public. And also, too, we have a young lady that's missing. And I want to announce this real quick. I have friends from New York that sent this to us, that their friends here in Florida are missing. We have a 16-year-old girl, guys. So big alert right now. We did post it on our page. A 16-year-old girl right now is missing in Florida and may be out here in Central Florida. Her name is Destiny Garcia. She was reported missing as a juvenile runaway in Citrus County, Florida, last week. She's 16 years old, black female, 5 feet 5 inches tall. She's 170 pounds, guys. Brown hair, brown eyes, and black hair. She was last seen wearing a light-colored jeans with ripped black shirt and a black bonnet on her head, and she has braids. She's also wearing tennis shoes. Again, she was last seen April 1st at 3:30 p.m. by Spring Hill, Florida. If you guys have seen her, reach out to Peace on the Streets or go straight to the Sheriff's Office Department. All the information is on our page, who you can contact. Reach out to them, guys. Please, this is a child that's missing right now.
Wow.
She's a runaway. We need to find her and we need to save her.
Yes, indeed. So we got to get a couple of songs in, you guys. And hey, we come back on. We have Reshell Smith on
Ow!
Wild Out Wealthy Wednesday right here
Yes!
on Peace on the Street.
Thank you for being with us.
Let's ride, you guys.
So we got Wild Wealthy Wednesday.
Let's go!
Come on.
Hey,
Okay, what's our new favorite tagline? Things that
will keep you broke.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I got some things that'll keep you broke.
Okay.
Right?
Hit me with them.
So the first thing is, if you are paying fees to get your own money from an ATM, that is something that will keep you broke.
How so?
How do I convince my
mean-
plug to just take Venmo or something?
I mean,
you know,
isn't it crazy? We're still paying fees to get our own money.
Wow.
And it's like $5.
Yeah, it's gone up.
It has
It's
went
gone
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
very
crazy.
seldom use it. In fact, I don't never go and try to get money out.
I mean, if I'm going
yeah?
to the store,
Yeah?
the
You sure about
grocery
that?
store, it didn't seem like you was too sure about that, right?
I had to think
Yeah, you
about
was
it.
stuttering a little bit.
Because I
yeah.
push no.
Yeah, if you go to the grocery store and you get cash back, that's easy or not. I don't think there's any inherent fee anywhere
I
in
bet
there.
it is.
But if you go to an ATM, not only is your bank charging because you're not at your bank, but the people whose ATM you're at, they're charging you too. So it's like $5 to get $50.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty crazy.
Unbelievable.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
That is something that will keep you
Broke.
Okay. Two more things. What about you go home and cook a big dinner for your family and you have leftovers, but everybody hates leftovers. What do you do with the food?
Throw
I
it
tear
away.
them up. I tear them
It gets
leftovers
better.
up.
You know, they say
Man.
as the food sit, it gets better because the season sets in
Yeah,
the
it
food.
do.
That's right.
So
Yeah,
I
do.
eat. In fact, I'm eating my. I think I cooked Monday, and I'm still eating off it today.
Yes,
was the
sir.
last
My
day.
man.
There are some
I'm
people
right there
who
with
hate
you.
leftovers. So I'm like, well, if you don't like leftovers, just cook enough. You know what you, even if it's a little less than
Those
what
people
you
don't
want.
understand what life's about.
Leftovers are great, but
You can even make different
getting
meals from leftovers.
Yeah.
and not eating them, trashing them is something that will
Keep you broke.
It's like if you get veggies. Just say you cook a dinner or a stir fry or something. You have a
Right.
whole bunch of veggies, and you have veggies left over. Like you need to make a salad or something the
Yeah.
next day. Otherwise, it's just gonna go bad.
Yeah, you just
right?
gonna waste
It's gonna
that
go
money.
bad.
I tend to
Gonna
do-
go eat
because-
at Taco Bell afterwards because you
I
know.
will too.
Absolutely.
I have kids, so after the third day, they're done.
Yeah.
But what I do is make other kinds of food with that.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
that's how I'm able to make it
Yeah.
go longer.
That sounds like grandmama. When she used to that.
Right.
You know.
Now, I don't know about you all. I don't know about the guys, but the girls, you know how you have hair products and you're trying a hair product and you're like, I don't really like that. And you go by, get another hair product. And you're like, I like the shampoo, but I don't like the conditioner. And so you got to go buy a new shampoo. You keep that conditioner. And then you open your cabinet and it's full of hair products. Because you didn't. Do you know that if you open something, you can still take it back? If you don't like it, you can take it back.
Really?
Okay.
I did not
But
know
we
that.
don't. So when we
you had to
open
eat
our
it.
cabinets, it's
Me too.
full of hair supplies that we've wasted money on, and that's one of the things that will keep
you
broke.
broke.
Now, guys, you guys don't have that, I guess. I'm
Not
assuming.
really.
Well,
Yeah.
I got
do
as
have
much
hair
hair on my
products,
head as I
you
do
know.
on my elbows.
Okay. So it's not us, but girls, listen, if you buy a hair care product or something that you don't like and you open it, you use a little bit, you can take it back. It's okay. You can take it back. You can get your money back. It's not a big deal. Tarjay will take it back.
Tarjay.
I didn't
no
know
questions
this.
I love
asked.
Tarjay.
That's good to know.
Y'all like Tajay?
That's my spot right there.
No
Alright.
questions asked.
Okay.
I didn't know once you open it, you could take it back.
Yes, if
I'm
it's
assuming
not-
you can't use it, of
Now,
course.
you don't want
Right.
to use half of the bottle.
Right,
Like,
right,
sure,
right.
That's a great
But
idea.
if you use a little bit of it, and it's
That's
like,
what's
I don't
up.
like the smell or,
Yeah.
whatever,
Whatever it may be.
you
Nice.
take it back.
All right,
Good.
you guys.
That's good to know right
This
there.
our segment, you guys, of things that will
Keep you broke.
right here on Peace on the Street.
Good to know.
And we got more tips coming up with Reshell Smith. She's going to give us some.
Let's talk about these school loans that they're talking about canceling.
Yeah.
So we're back in the building with Reshell Smith for Wild Wealthy Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I guess you have to be in a hole if you don't know that Elon Musk bought Twitter.
Yeah,
He
right.
bought Twitter for,
Smart.
and this is what I want to talk about.
Please.
$44 billion.
Lord
All
have
right.
mercy.
So
Billions?
you buy
Yeah.
Twitter for $44 billion, I guess, so you can go in there and, change it up or make it free speech or whatever it is that he wants to do. I'm not
That's
sure.
what it is. That's what it is.
People are salty about that.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're salty, not that he bought Twitter, is that you spent $44 billion on Twitter, where they're like, okay, sir, you could have just wiped out world hunger right there.
Oh, Reshell, that's so real.
Okay.
How do we feel about it? It's his money.
Uh-huh.
He gets to do what he wants to do with his money. But it's Tesla, it's the space stuff that he's doing that we're obviously buying into and paying into.
Come on.
Right.
We don't get to tell him what to do with his money. But I'm kind of like the people, like, is Twitter as important than people's health and food and eating? Like, is there something, like, could we have given a little bit?
I know that it had something to do with freedom of speech. So just buy them out. Just buy them out so you can do what you want.
That's what he's saying, but that's not. I don't believe that.
It's
Billionaires
more to
aren't
it,
billionaires for that.
There's
but
more to it.
So check this
that's
out,
what I'm
right?
saying. What are we thinking about that?
I'm thinking Tesla stocks dropped from 990 to 880.
Yep.
And
In response to that.
okay, so this is my question, Reshell. I'm glad you're here because I wanted to ask this, right?
Yes, ask me.
Billionaire Elon Musk doesn't have $44 billion, right?
Correct.
The only way he can get those $44 billion is by selling off a bunch of Tesla stocks, right?
Could be.
Selling off a bunch of Tesla stocks is
Makes
gonna
this top price go down.
Yeah, it's gonna
Right.
like crash the price, and then it's gonna drop off even more after that. So, how can it be a good idea for this man to unload so much Tesla stock for this purchase when his main company is gonna
Tesla.
like?
But I think that I don't know all of his the industries that he's in, but his whole space thing is also a part of his net worth. So I don't think it just only that he's
Tesla.
only relying on Tesla.
But he doesn't make any money
And
from that.
Not yet. But the
Right.
hope is that he is. And that this is someone who claims that they don't have their own house, that he's just sleeping on his friends' couches, right?
Right.
He
Yeah.
says, I don't have a house, I don't have a mortgage, I
Really?
don't have this.
Yes.
I'm just sleeping on my
He's
friends'
sleeping-
couches. I don't,
he's
he doesn't
homeless
have a
right
house.
now.
He doesn't have.
He doesn't
He
have
doesn't
a
have
house.
that much money. Like he
Yeah.
really doesn't have that much money. His
Okay.
money
Is
is
it shares?
Is paper worth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
it's
it.
like his
Yeah.
shares in
Yeah.
Tesla are worth.
I'm
that
sure he
much
can
money.
stay where he want to stay.
Exactly. He
I'm
could.
sure.
He could.
The way they make
But
money is
they're
like- yeah.
saying that, and he's saying, I haven't gone out and like bought a house. I just
Yeah.
crash at my friends' houses,
my-
and probably his friends' houses are
Yeah.
huge. It's not like
Imagine.
they're
My-
crashing
My
at his
Yeah.
apartment.
conspiracy theory is that he's not gonna like finalize. This is gonna fall through.
You think so?
That's my theory.
You heard it here first, ladies and
Come
gentlemen.
on!
It's
That's
gonna
my theory. It's gonna fall through. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening.
That's gonna be bad for Twitter shareholders because I don't remember what the deal is, but for their, for the buyout, their shareholders are supposed to get X number of dollars, and I don't recall what the X number of dollars is. But if you bought Twitter at a very, very low price, then you're probably happy with it. My
For
thing
sure.
is, a lot of people are looking at how much. What's the price that you put on moral, philanthropic, worldly stuff? Because if you are paying $44 billion for free speech or whatever else it is, versus using that money, paper money, whatever you want to call it, to go towards war hunger.
Yeah. I mean, he had like
what
a
are
thing.
what are your thoughts?
He had like a thing where somebody from like the Humane Society had tweeted him about like with $9 billion you could solve world hunger.
And he said, "Show me how.
Show me how, and I'll do it."
Right?
Yeah. And they couldn't
Yeah.
show him how, and that's basically what it comes down to. It's like world hunger isn't something that exists for no reason. It exists on purpose.
Yeah.
And no matter how much money Elon Musk throws at it, there's still going to be world hunger because for us to be so fed, other people have to starve. That's
Yeah.
just the way it works.
Right.
So there's nothing he can do about that, really.
Well, I think he can put a dent in it. I think that Bill and Melinda Gates have found different things that they can do to bring parts of countries up. Not saying that they've cured anything. It's as simple as some countries needing aspirins, you know what I mean? Or a
Right.
vaccine for
Right.
something that we've had vaccines for years. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it doesn't necessarily mean that he gets to wipe it out. But I think that when you are wealthy, people should not tell you what to do with your money. It's your money.
Correct.
However, we like to believe that we are all human beings and that once we build up that wealth that will give back and pull other people up. And I think that's what people were saying.
Well, a lot of
I get
times
that.
people be doing things and they give to charities and they don't make it known to people. Like with Michael Jordan, they was all on Michael Jordan saying he don't do this, he don't do that. But then I come to find out, I heard a lot
He's
about
private.
Michael.
So is Beyonce and
They said-
LeBron. Those guys are pretty private when they do
Here's
things
the
like
thing.
that.
When you're Elon Musk and you're doing something like that, it's not going to be private.
Right.
Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter
it's
how
not.
It's
private
not.
you want to be. If your name is on it, unless you're going under a different company or different name, if your name is on it, everybody's going to know Elon Musk
Yeah.
did it.
I mean, we could ask the same thing about Jeff Bezos, right? Like, he's
Absolutely.
worth 180 billion or whatever, and
Absolutely.
he's not exactly sharing that. He bought the biggest yacht in the world and the biggest house in the world. Like,
Yeah, he did. That's
Yeah.
right.
He said, "I'm gonna show you guys this
But-
money."
So great
Show
example.
you this.
Great example, because remember, his ex-wife got what? Almost had
like
she
a
got
$18
Yeah.
billion
And
or
then
something.
where is her
I know.
money going?
Billions.
She is giving her money away like there is no more money left on. She has
Shut your
given to
mouth.
HBCUs. She has given to nonprofit. She is giving her money away like
That's what's
legit.
up.
We need to call her.
Legit.
man.
Yeah, for real. I got a couple
Do you think-
loans I
Can I ask you
can.
this, Michelle? Do you think these guys can join together and stop Stop people
Poverty?
Stop
poverty?
poverty? No.
No
Well,
longer
so I
poor,
think-
middle and rich.
I think poverty, not all of it, but I think some poverty is a mindset. So even if you throw $100,000 at a person, which I think you should, just like we talk about reparations, you give the people their money. If they blow it, then that's their business, but that's their money. I don't think that everybody that you give money to is going to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. Some
Right.
people are going to mess it up, but I think that the majority of the people will do the right thing. There's no more land. I'm going to be trying to buy me some land because no more land being made.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to invest my money because, that's where you make money. So I don't think that everybody is going to do the right thing because that is mindset.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a lot of us is sure as hell going to do the right thing.
That's
Can I ask you a
that's
question?
true.
When you open up a business and you come from out of the United States, you get tax free for like 5 years. Why Americans don't get that?
You live in America, born and raised in America, and it's almost like how we say other cultures are privileged. I think other countries feel like America as a whole is privileged.
And we
like,
are.
Who
Yeah, and we are.
Who can
We are.
send Ukraine 400 million, then 800 million? We
Yeah.
just send
Money,
like,
Yes, we
yeah.
it's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because I've
Yeah.
always said,
So-
I mean, how can
We are the
I
world
don't
currency.
know the
We have a
rules.
problem.
I don't know the international rules for taxes and all that, but I can
They
believe
vary.
that other countries feel like we are privileged.
Oh no! I
Yeah.
mean, we're literally like the standard of money for the entire
Absolutely.
country,
Yeah.
like the
I
entire
see?
world,
But
right?
is it China? Like,
No,
why
no,
aren't
no,
they
no.
doing anything?
Like if you
they
want
got
to,
the
if you
money.
want to buy or sell oil, guess what you have to use? Dollars.
Yeah.
No matter what part of the world you're in, if you
That's
want to
it.
buy or sell oil, which is literally the blood of
US
the world,
dollar.
You
you
have
have
that
to have
cash.
U.S. dollars.
That's it.
It's just mind blowing to
comes
me
through
because
us.
I have some friends that come out of the country and they come in, they get a business given thrown to them, bam, and we have to go through our credit check. We got to go ask for a loan. We got to go through all
Because they have a lot
this.
of money, right? It's like
Yeah.
if you have the finances to fly over here and start a business, they already know
already
that
have
you're
money.
loaded.
Yeah.
So as long
Yeah.
as you have money, as with everything
It
else
just-
in life,
doors
it
are
just,
open.
everything
I
just
get it.
opens, everything
So-
works
so
out.
That's what it
that
goes.
takes
Ain't no
us into
problems.
a whole immigration thing, because if you're coming from countries that are not as wealthy, like a Haiti,
Yup.
then okay, we need to put a little pause.
Yeah,
on
hold
that.
on.
But if you're coming from a country that is maybe a little more wealthy,
I was gonna use a
right
different
over.
W word, but
I know.
okay.
I know that's about white. Yeah,
That's about white.
Yeah. Come up with a little bit more
Hey,
money,
I've never
that's
seen
different.
A little more
anybody.
white?
I've never seen anybody be so accepting of immigrants in my life. Okay,
Yeah.
like as soon as those Ukrainians started going everywhere,
It's beautiful.
it was like, oh yes, bring them in.
Isn't that
Bring 'em
something?
in. Bring 'em
So
in.
they said,
And
why
I'm
was
for that. I'm for that. By the way, I'm
By
just.
the way,
by the
we're
way,
for
I'm
it,
for
but
it.
we're just saying.
I'm
What
just
about
saying.
Haiti?
What about
I'm
Haiti?
just saying.
What about Iran?
Cuba?
What about Cuba?
Mexico.
All these
Mexico?
places,
Oh,
man.
they don't get no love.
Nicaragua,
No.
Guatemala, all these places.
Isn't
They're
that
like,
something,
they're like,
guys?
I don't know about you guys,
Y'all
man.
know
You
we
look a
get it
little
lit on
different.
Wild
It's
West.
not good.
We gotta play some music.
No, we're gonna stop. Let's get us off. Rochelle's got some insight right now, guys. Rochelle, what's going on? We're allowed to talk about other radio stations because we can do that. Go.
Yeah, so I am hearing, and I don't know all the details, but I know some of you all listen to 95.3 out there.
For years.
It is a station that has largely been listened to by, they play music mainly that black and browns like.
All
Other
right.
people like too, but
Urban, you want to call us?
Mainly,
Urban.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Black and browns like.
Urbans.
And so I'm hearing that they have signed off. Their final day was March 31st.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't it?
And I don't know where it's going, and I don't want to put out false information, but the rumor is that it's going to be more of a conservative type station.
Really?
Really?
I know that
94.5?
they
95.3.
95.3.
Okay.
They said that a Spanish station picked it up.
Mm.
And it picked up a couple others as well. So I know,
That's wild.
Usually this is what it is. Where like there's a lot of new owners that come in and just take over and then
I feel
change
like I
the
remember
game.
that station from like high school. Like,
It was like that.
it's
It was
been on
that.
for
It was that old.
hot minute. Right?
Yeah,
Jumping.
it's since the 90s.
Yeah.
Well,
It was-
if,
it was the only
if
thing
you
we
can
had before
recall,
cell phones.
like Ricky Padilla was on there, DJ Nasty, those guys are with us at 321 No Fault. They were on that. So when they got fired
Word.
and let go, and they moved on to finding other stations, that's when we knew something was going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's when it started because they let go of the heavy hitters. Even Little Obi and Sean and Little
Yeah.
Obi, I think it is.
Yeah.
They were our guests on our show.
And
They
he
were
was
they were
riding at
here
one time.
Yeah, they were on our show. The Carmen Cole, remember that, guys? They were
Yep.
on our show, Little
Yep,
Sean,
the
Yeah.
Carmen
and he
Call.
gave us insight on it got sold, and they let them go as well.
That's crazy.
So it can happen to any of us. It can even happen here
Yeah.
when new owners come in, they take over.
Right.
And I heard it's going to be internet radio now.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, that's what they
And
said.
I heard that it's, so speaking for our station, this is privately family owned. So I don't know that,
Right.
I don't know that my girl would get paid and just go out. So I think
Come on.
I feel pretty good about that.
Me too.
Awesome.
But, let's see what it turns into, because it definitely was one of those stations that you programmed in your car.
Word.
And you could switch to
Absolutely.
that, to our station, to 94.5, to a
Right.
few stations that would probably have
It's one of the
songs
main ones.
that you'd listen
Yeah,
to. Absolutely.
heavy hitting one, for
Heavy
sure.
hit.
So guess what the main ones is now? 100.7 FM WOKB.
Okay.
You make sure you lock that in your dial, because now we're in there.
Now it in.
Yes,
Save that
yes,
one.
yes.
I said
Come on.
100.7 FM. Kissimmee.
Hey, somebody.
Hey.
We coming, you guys.
Yes,
We
and
FM, we want it.
listen,
Let's
I know
go.
I came in a little late, but I want to wrap up with something real nice and smooth. So I heard
Hit it.
this quote, and I want you to tell me what you feel about it. It says that life insurance should not be purchased because you're going to die. It should be purchased because the people that you love are going to live.
Makes sense.
I love it.
Makes
Life
sense to me.
insurance should not be purchased because you're going to die. It should be purchased because the people you love are going to live.
I like that.
Think about it like that. If you think about it like that, then you won't have a problem going out buying life insurance.
Right.
You know, that makes sense
I dig
because
that.
those
It's not for you.
it's
It's
there you
for
go.
the people that you are going to leave behind. And let's just say you are the breadwinner of the family. Like, how are you going to leave your family behind if your bread is no longer winning because you're not here anymore?
Right.
You got to leave them something.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
You got to leave them
My
something.
father's been telling me
That's
at
super
18 years
important.
old to buy like a funeral plot and a funeral. I never thought about it because I was 18. I was like, no.
Right.
But he's like, you should have. It
It
would
makes-
paid off by
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Could be.
It
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And, we don't think about it, but that's one of those things that
And
creates
it's not
generational
something you
wealth.
want to think
That's
about,
it.
yeah,
Generational
but
wealth.
it is absolutely that generational wealth. So
Yep.
when you're buying life insurance, you're buying enough to put you away, pay final expenses, don't leave your family with a lot of debt,
Yep.
and
Hopefully,
carry
at
on
least, yeah.
something to carry on for the next generation.
Yep.
And you keep doing that over and over so that GoFundMe, like, for real, quit playing.
Yeah. We still doing that. It's just
Stop
age.
playing.
There's places for GoFundMe, right? It's a
Yeah.
good thing.
I gotta
but,
ask you
like,
something about
Absolutely.
GoFundMe. I don't want to go off subject, but
Yes.
I had someone, and matter of fact, Macca, he's gonna come in tonight. He gave me some insight about, when it comes to GoFundMe. He said that they are the worst percentage of fundraising to be taken off on you than others. Meaning they take
And I
like
don't know what their
20%. Did you
percent
know
is.
this?
I don't know
They
what their
take 20%
percent
of the
is, so
commission you
maybe.
make.
That's wild.
Maybe. I don't know what the percent is. So if you raise $1 million and they take 20%. That's a significant amount.
I
I don't know what
significant.
GoFundMe's is, and I know that there are things that happen like untimely, and it's like cool. Everybody around the world wants to participate. That's a great way to help out somebody for something devastating. But if Prince of the South passes away, he should already have insurance.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
We love you, Prince. He's gonna be around.
I just
right.
I didn't know that they took money off.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
They gotta make
I guess
money
it makes
somehow.
sense, right?
Yeah, they gotta make money somehow.
But it's very high that many don't read the fine lines, and they're realizing that right now.
What their percentage is, but
it's like you're providing a platform for someone to do this, right? It's like
you're providing a platform for people all over the world that can come to your site and donate money, and then you got to cash it out and go through all the administrative stuff.
I want my cut. I guess that's
so basically. Make sure you look these up when you're establishing something that you try to collect money on. Just make sure you look that up. Look at the fine lines. Look at the terms and conditions, because you could get really bamboozled, and he gained 1,000, they took 500. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa is what I'm saying.
Well,
I don't think it's that high.
It is that high, because he said many don't know because they know it as being well known.
50%?
But many
Maybe
don't
20,
know.
Maybe 20.
It's the highest, he said. So he canceled it and found someone else.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's just the biggest platform.
I know that I was late tonight, but I love you guys. I hope we gave you some great tips. Make sure you go to ReshellSmith.com, ReShell Smith.com. Schedule a complimentary appointment with me for 15 minutes, because guess what? I want to know if I can serve you. I want to know if we can vibe. If I can't serve you, if we can't vibe, that consultation is complimentary. You go your way, I go my way.
That's right.
After 15 minutes, the clock starts rolling and the paper starts flowing.
Come on!
Hey, let's go.
Okay. She hanging with us too long.
Bust around out here.
So you guys, we appreciate you, Reshell Smith, for coming on, giving us the knowledge and insight on stocks and bonds and all the finances that you do. So we do appreciate you.
And what gets you broke?
What keeps you broke?
What keeps you broke?
broke?
Lord of mercy.
Peace on the Street.
Reshell Smith. Ow!
Peace. Welcome back to Peace on the Streets radio show with your host, Prince of the South.
And your girl, Mimi Mala with.
And Yoleva, what's up, everybody?
And we got a special guest on tonight, you guys.
Oh, we got, let me introduce LaRon first. LaRon, our intern, what's going on?
What's going on, Mimi? What is, Mimi?
Hey, thank you for being with us.
What's up, brother?
Hey. How you like Peace on the Streets?
I
Keep it
love
real.
here. I love you guys.
Come on!
All my heart, every day.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Now we have our special guest that's taking the place of the CEO, Miss International World. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner of Supermodel, Miss Juanita. What's going on?
Hey.
Hola.
Hey, hola. We got Dominican Republic in the building.
Dominicana. Que hola.
So,
Plátano all the way.
that's right. Come on. If you guys don't know, which you should, I hosted a huge show with Salsa Fest 2022 in Hollywood, Florida, and Melina was my co-host that killed the game, that translated everything in Spanish. Melina, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm feeling very good tonight.
Come on.
Actually, that Salsa Fest event, it was amazing. It was my first time hosting in front of many people, and you, Mimi, you made it just so easy for me, because I'm still practicing talking in front of a lot of people, but with you there, I just felt so confident, like I have nothing to fear.
Come on. Come
there you
on.
go. Mimi's got a great energy for that, for sure.
She was awesome. She was willing to learn and listen and was so eager and passionate about it. So you can't fail with passion, guys.
Hey.
You know, you got to make it happen.
You two killed it.
She killed it. Didn't we look good?
100%.
I'm just saying.
What? Good looking pair up there.
Come on. Melina, you got a lot of things going on. Please. I mean, you got so much that's being offered to you. You even leaving the state. So please tell us exactly what you're involved in right now. What was offered to you?
So recently, I got an offer from Supermodels Unlimited magazine.
Oh, snap.
To go and coach their girls in the runway show on Saturday and Sunday. So this weekend, I'm flying out to Connecticut to coach girls in runway, and I'm also going to be walking in the show. I'm also going to be doing a photo shoot with them this weekend. and co-hosting the
Come
event, actually. So I have
Let's
a lot
go.
to do this weekend.
Melina, you're back in the game. Now you're co-hosting on your own somewhere else. You leaving the state. They hired you. They hired her. And she's going out there. She's working this
I
business.
love it. She's got a lovely accent too.
It's
like-
amazing.
soft, it's
And you
nice,
guys
yeah.
gotta see her photos.
You can talk.
She's a perfectionist, and she will not release anything that's not like the best factor. So she's really great with that.
That's me right there.
She's
I
a
get
supermodel. Her walk is insane, and that's what attracts everybody. And so I even told her when we were co-hosting, I'm like, Willie, you gotta come out like that. You gotta come out in that walk,
Yeah.
and she did.
There you go.
She came
Bam.
out, came in, like that's not. You really can't teach that in Neo. Like you could teach it so much, but
Yeah.
that is really not taught. Like
That's
it's
just
in
that.
you.
That's
Yeah,
that
it's in you.
panther instinct
Yep,
in her. It's just
exactly.
coming out. Rawr.
Exactly.
Love it.
Aw,
Yeah, you two were
thank
strong.
you.
You two were strong. I mean, there's people out there. There's cameras in your face, and it's hot and everything. So great job to both of you. Y'all killed it. Y'all killed
We did it. So, Melina, I want to
Yeah.
know, like, what is your mission out there, though, for the ladies? Like, what do you want to deliver to them? Because I know that they're scared. That as we were when we went on stage at 10,000 people, which was insane. 10,000 was my largest audience I've ever experienced. So, even that, I was nervous, but I was so eager because I love people. So I was waiting to do it. And if your Spanish wasn't perfect, they did on you. But Melina did it for me, so I don't have to worry about that.
Let's go.
So Melina, like, what do you want to release to the girls? Like when you're out there, when you're teaching them, like what is something that you want to give to them?
Oh my gosh. If it was for me, I would give so much. But there's only so much you can give in a couple of hours. I have so much knowledge to share, but sadly I can't do all of it at once. But I definitely want to teach the girls posture and confidence when they're walking the runway, because what makes your walk better is your confidence. I see a lot of girls walking with their head down or not, like the posture is not right, and that automatically makes them look like, it makes them look bad automatically.
Right.
So I love seeing empowered women walking confidently out in the streets. So that is something that I want to teach these girls, so they can rock whatever it is they're going to be wearing and feel confident and beautiful in it, just like they are.
I love it.
That's a very important, guys. Growing up in New York, side note, my father used to tell me, you better walk with the swag or people going to jump you, rob you, or bamboozle you. So I used to walk like, I don't want to say a dude, but I used to have a hard walk. I still do. And so that's very important.
I get that.
But how you walk, it perceives people.
Yeah, it's like first impressions,
That's right.
Yeah.
If you put your head down, you look like you're going to be intimidated.
Right.
And they could just walk all over you. If you have that hard walk like Mimi does, it's like, go ahead, mess with me.
Go ahead.
Honestly, that's true. Same thing,
Curb stomp.
same thing on stage, when you're hosting, when you're in a fashion show, your walk is so important. It's just so confidence. And I think every woman needs to learn that, no matter where they go. They have to have a confidence walk.
What's like one quick tip you would give to like boost a young model's confidence when walking?
What are some tips that I can
just one tip, just a little something you can give us.
Tip?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you are walking the runway, I always encourage girls to not look at people, because that can throw them off a little bit. It can make them nervous. So I encourage them to imagine a black dot at the end of the wall and just stare at that the whole time. And while they're walking, think that they are the most beautiful girl walking there. If you have that feeling, I am the most beautiful girl, you're going to be walking like you're the baddest.
Come on.
I am the most beautiful girl.
Bam.
That's what's up. Okay, that's solid.
That's
tips.
a great tip.
And that's counterintuitive, because like if you do like speaking and stuff like that, they do tell you to like look at people sometimes.
Yeah.
So you can like apply a connection when talking. But if you're nervous, I
when
can see
you are
how.
talking, yes, definitely. But when you're walking the runway, there's no looking at people.
That's why that's great advice right there.
That's so good. I'm so proud of you, Melina. You're doing
That's
so
awesome.
well. You're becoming stronger and stronger. I'm literally seeing her in front of my my eyes, getting stronger and stronger in the moves she made. She went on stage when we were on the cruise last year.
Okay.
And so, again, that walk, that talk, that was everything. That showed the confidence out of her, out of all the women. That walk was it, the confidence walk. She even walked and had the dress and flapped the dress and kept walking. I was like, oh! She killed it, yes. I was on the side, yeah.
Like,
It was
that's
amazing.
awesome.
So, Melina, what is your goal for the next 5 years? What do you want to do? What is your mission?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so one of my biggest goals is to become a huge inspiration worldwide. I want to be known worldwide. And I want to be known for a good cause. I want to be a huge inspiration. I love helping people. I not only do modeling and coaching, but I also have a lot of knowledge in nutrition and the human body. So this could be of so much help to the world and, you know, just showing girls, look, I come from the bottom just like the rest of you. You know what I mean? Like, not because I am doing this or that, it means I'm better than you, you know? I come from the bottom just like you, and I brought myself up, you know?
That's right.
So I want to be able to inspire people to do the same thing. If they want to do something, work on it nonstop until you make it, you know? Because I've been in the game for 6 years. 6 years, literally, trying to grow and this and that, and it's been a tough road, you know, but I have not given up. And look where it's taken me now.
And she has taken a leap of faith to go to an organization because she wasn't in an organization. So she took the leap of faith to compete. Just did it like myself. And she won. And now look at the elevation that she's hitting every corner.
Nice.
She's getting offers, people coming to her. So again, it all has to do with your confidence and your personality. You got to really be, I want to say, humbled. Because when you're humbled, so many people come to you and want to work with you. That's a big deal. Melina, I want you to give a shout out. Please give a shout out to all the people that you want to. This is your time, girl. Give a shout out.
I want to give a shout out to Angela Basilico, the pageant director for the organization Miss International World.
Miss
I also
Angela.
want to give a shout out to my incredible manager, Susmita Patel.
Come on, Susmita.
aka SC Fashion Direct. And to all of the new participants of the Miss International World this year.
Yeah.
Yes. You ladies are flying from all over the country, Prince.
Yeah, wow.
Like they're grabbing it more. And right when I'm competing, they're grabbing it more. Of course. But they're grabbing it more from all over the country, guys. It's
Sweet.
insane. I'm so proud of them.
Yes.
And remember, it took us together to uplift each other.
Word.
Those
That's it.
ladies that I interviewed on stage uplifted me and made me realize I want to compete.
Right.
So it's them. And see, isn't it amazing? And imagine when you're with them and then you're co-hosting with them and you're side by side with them.
I bet it's great.
It's really lovely.
Yes.
So guys, make sure you encourage each other, support each other. Women empowerment is a real thing. I'm going to say we're the leaders of the world. I'm just saying. Melina, thank you so much for being with us. Can you give out all your information? How can we find your work?
Of course. You can find me on Instagram at Willina.Rodriguez. The way to spell my name is WILLINA.Rodriguez.
Ow! She's also on my
Awesome.
page if you guys want to find her.
Yeah.
She's all over. And guys, reach out to her. She's amazing. And she was telling me if you talk to her too. So make sure you do it properly. Thank you so much for being with
Yes,
us, Melina.
follow me. I'm amazing.
Yes!
Yeah.
I love her attitude. Melina, you got to give me the updates when you come back. You're welcome back on the show anytime, especially in person.
You know your family.
Yes, we're so proud of you. Keep it going, my friend. God bless you on your journey. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Supermodel, Melina!
Yeah.
Willina.
Welcome back to Peace on the Streets radio show with your host, Prince of the Sun.
And your girl, me. You're killing the jams tonight, Prince.
Oh, hey, this is what we doing.
It's the
tonight,
90s right
guys.
here. It's my era.
You better believe.
Thank you so much for being with us back on Peace on the Streets radio show, guys. Don't forget to vote for us. We're on a 4th nomination right now for winning 3 in a row, 3 years back to back, 4th Stellar Awards. Go to thestellarawards.com. Vote for WOKB. We're bringing home the 4th award,
Doing
baby.
big things over here at
Come
WOKB. We want to thank the staff and the crew.
Ow! go.
And if you down with WOKB, we love you too.
Come on, 65 years in the game. We appreciate them. So big shout out to LaRon, our intern, is with us. Kiana, our intern. We got Madeline in the building, my cousin.
That's right. Hey,
Right,
Madeline.
I put you out. From Miami, we got a Neo. You know him. He's a lead up here. We also have attorney James Smith. Thank you so much for being with us.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
He did big things, and we're going to discuss that, by the way. And how I met attorney James was he actually helped a police officer that was arrested by his police force that set him up.
Right.
And to get an attorney to get him out of that for not guilty is very impressive. I don't think I've ever seen it. They're like, oh my gosh, yes, they could get set up by their own, I guess, police academy.
I remember that yesterday.
It is like a movie. Yeah. But it was right here in Ocoee. Don't sleep on Ocoee. It's still twisted out there. And it happened here. And that's how I met him, because it was on relation. We knew the officer.
That's right.
So anyway, he's free. He's happy. He's no longer an officer. He doesn't want to be an officer because of what happened.
Yes. Remember he was saying that?
Yeah, he was saying that. He was an officer since 18 years old. Yep.
He's like, man.
Him and his colleague both got set up.
Said, man, I don't even want, I can't even go.
I think this only happens in the movies. Never seen it right under our nose, right here in Ocoee. It's right here 20 minutes away.
That's right.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. Yeah. So Attorney James Smith, come
How
on. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. It's great to be here, the famous WOKB. And the person who I think has enough energy to light up the entire globe. Mimi, I'm telling you, I get the WhatsApp messages from you, I think, like 40 or 50 times a day.
I just must feel. I really kill it.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you for coming in. So tell us what's been going on, man. We know you had a great case from someone that we turned them on to.
And this is what I want to say, guys. Like we say every time we start the show, if you get involved in any sort of incident, we have attorneys that can get your back. Attorney James Smith is one of them.
Yes.
So we had someone that, what exactly happened? Please explain.
Absolutely. So last year, it was a young lady, and, to preserve her privacy, I won't say her name, which I'm sure you understand, but she was downtown Orlando with her boyfriend, and she was attacked, and her boyfriend was attacked by 4 strangers. She was licensed to carry a firearm, and so she used the firearm in self-defense. But unfortunately, even though she wasn't the one who started the fight, even though she had a license to carry the firearm, and even though she used it in self-defense, she was charged with attempted manslaughter and aggravated battery.
Wow.
And, that's unfortunate because, the Office of the State Attorney here, unfortunately, whenever there is the use of a firearm and someone's injured, they tend to just charge the individual, even though in the state of Florida we have the stand your ground defense.
So you get arrested first. And
get arrested first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then you have to fight for your innocence.
You have to fight for your innocence.
Interesting.
Rather than there being a presumption of innocence, there's a presumption that you've done something wrong. And so, really from last year when the incident took place all the way until last week, she had to live with the stress of being arrested, being investigated, being charged. And so we took the case to trial. And, you obviously know that here in Florida we have a stand your ground defense. So before the trial, we actually filed a motion with a judge asking the judge to toss the case out because she stood her ground and should be immune from prosecution. And the judge denied that motion.
Jesus.
Interesting.
So then we took the case to a jury. And the trial started on a Tuesday. And then, fortunately, praise God, we got the good news on Friday that she was found not guilty.
Come on!
Yes. Wow.
So, it's a good feeling.
On all charges? Come on, Attorney James Smith.
Woo.
You did it.
That's what we talking about, you guys.
Well, I won't say that I did it. I always just like to say that I'm a vehicle. That ultimately it's always what God has intended. And so I'm just very blessed and privileged to be able to be there, to be a vehicle for what he wants to accomplish. So.
Wow.
And I talked to them, and they are
Yes, we
so
did.
thankful,
Yes.
man. They can't thank you enough.
Right.
They was like, he was there with us from the beginning to the end, and and he worked with them too.
Yes.
Because in those cases, the prices for attorneys are very expensive.
In criminal law?
You know,
Absolutely.
very expensive. So, it's good to have someone that's willing to work with the people. So we take our hat off to you.
Come on.
Not a problem,
We
but-
appreciate the fact that you make it, that you understand people and you make it so at least reasonable for them to be able to have an attorney. If she would have had a public defender, what would have happened?
Jail
Be
time.
honest. Let's be honest.
Well, I'm going to be very honest with you. If she had a public defender, I will say this. I can't say what would have happened.
For sure.
I can say what her experience would have been. And I can tell you that in the state of Florida, if you have a public defender, on average, the amount of time that you spend with your lawyer is 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
15 minutes
Wow.
because of the lack of resources, because of the caseloads. Public defenders
Yeah, I get it.
are fully licensed lawyers. They're great. They try to do the best they can. However, in the state of Florida, and unfortunately, like most southern states, we don't spend the same amount of money for public defense that we do for prosecution.
Are they overwhelmed? Do they have?
Oh, they're incredibly overwhelmed. And
Interesting.
they'll be honest and they'll say this. A few years ago in the state of Louisiana, the public defender, the head public defender, filed a lawsuit saying that he could not say that he was fulfilling his oath to be a good lawyer based upon the lack of resources.
Wow.
And if you talk to most public defenders, they will tell you that. They'll say, we don't have enough time, we don't have enough resources, and we're overwhelmed. The prosecutors' offices have unlimited budgets. Unlimited budgets. They have the assistance of the police, of all the law enforcement agencies, but then on the other hand, the public defenders, very limited budgets. Think of it this way. A starting public defender in the state of Florida makes less than a starting manager for a fast food franchise.
No way.
Come on now.
Yes.
How long they go to
Yes.
school for?
Same as. So.
That's insane. Battle in the corner,
Right.
never wants to talk. That she is.
Right. But, to get a law degree, obviously you have to have 4 years of college and then 3 years of law school. And so
Wow.
I will tell you this.
Wow.
The ones that are good because they get a lot of trial experience. I was a public defender in the Army. That's how I started off my career as a lawyer in the United States Army. You ever see the movie A Few Good Men?
Yes.
Tom Cruise is a public defender.
Come on.
Right?
Really?
Military criminal defense lawyers are public defenders. A public defender, there tends to be a stigma. People say, well, hey, you're a public pretender or whatever. And that's not the case. These are incredibly skilled attorneys. But the reality is this, we're all human. And even the best lawyer ultimately is going to suffer if they have too many cases, if they don't have enough time off. And so, again, I can't say what the result would have been with their case. But I will say that she would not have had as much access and as much time with the lawyer just because the average PD, I want you to think about how many cases they're carrying. It's over 100.
Over 100. Do you think that she would have been convicted on one of them, to be honest, if you had a public defender? Something. One of those charges.
And again, I don't want to say it because I'll say this. I actually myself was a federal public defender for a while.
Wow.
And I used to have to deal with this. One of the things that you deal with in criminal defense is you find that people tend to have a hierarchy of lawyers.
Uh-huh.
And there was a popular song several years ago called My Jewish Lawyer. And I've encountered this sometimes as an African-American lawyer. Sometimes you have minority clients who say, well, I want to get a white lawyer because they think that a white lawyer is going to help them navigate the system in a better fashion.
Interesting.
Ironically, one time I actually had a poor white client who said, I want you because as a black person, you know what it's like to be mistreated and to
Gotcha.
suffer discrimination.
Uh-huh.
And so, I'm certainly not going to denigrate or trash PDs because they really, truly do work some miracles. But again, the way that our system is set up, it's set up to advantage the prosecution. Okay? It's set up to give an advantage to law enforcement. Think about this, for example.
It's set up. Hear that, guys?
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's the way it is.
So,
We knew that, right?
right.
Yeah, no.
If you look at most of the people who are judges, okay, most judges in the state of Florida, and this is the case throughout the nation, they tend to get on the bench after having been prosecutors.
Okay.
Look at most TV shows. Who are the heroes in the TV shows? The prosecutors.
Right.
Right? Our society conditions people to really, frankly, worship the police and prosecutors. How many TV shows can you name right now that are public defender fighting for justice?
Not one.
No.
Yeah. Right. How many shows really talk about criminal defense attorneys without characterizing them as sharks or people you can't trust or
Yes.
guys who are in almost pimpish like suits with Mercedes Benzes and things of that nature?
Uh-huh.
Right. If you think about it, what is the difference between a police officer and a public defender? Both of them are public servants.
Uh-huh.
Both of them are supposed to protect public safety because just as it is a violation of public safety if someone commits a crime against you, it's also a violation of public safety if you're falsely arrested and accused of a crime you didn't commit. Yet we don't think of it that way.
Right.
Why? Because of the conditioning in society.
Okay.
Think of the way that public defenders and criminal defense lawyers are portrayed in movies and TVs. Sleazy,
Right.
underhanded, fighting against the prosecutor who wears the white hat.
Yes.
And all you have to do is think about the TV show Law and Order.
Uh-huh.
Who always won?
Yeah, the prosecutor.
Exactly.
Yes, they
And
did.
if the defense attorney did win, it was usually with some sort of trick,
Yeah.
sleight of hand, or whatever. So, I will tell you this. In terms of actual trial experience, if you have a case that you're going to take to trial, and you could take a public defender and remove that public defender from their other responsibilities, generally they're going to be better trial lawyers than most private lawyers. And here's why. There are certain perverse incentives that are set up in our system. So for public defenders, there's the overwhelming caseloads, which compromises their ability to provide good quality defense. But when you're talking about private practice, some private defense lawyers wake up each day and they think, you know what, my number one goal, I've got to get the most amount of money and put in the least amount of work. And I hate to say that, but that's true. In an economic system, sometimes you can have those perverse incentives. It's just like insurance companies, right? You pay your insurance premium, but what are they going to try to do when they need to pay it out? They're going to try to find a way to deny it.
Yes, and not to give you anything.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, most of the best trial lawyers I know are public defenders because they get a lot of trial experience. That's what I did when I was in the Army. I was doing 3 or 4 trials a week.
Wow.
Thank you all for tuning in to Peace on the Streets radio show. Woo! I think we all want to be free.
Absolutely. All the time.
Yes, indeed.
So we're not right now with attorney James Smith.
Yeah.
We also got a special guest here live in the building as well as on the phone.
That's right.
Let's release our special guest right now on the phone.
All right, special guest, would you introduce yourself to Peace on the Streets radio show?
Hi, how are you doing? My name is Monique James. Hello.
Oh, goodness.
Solid Gibson, Monique James' mom.
Oh, come on. And this is the young lady that attorney James Smith actually offended. So we appreciate how he came in and helped this family, I want to say, within this situation. So please, ladies, express yourself.
Yes, indeed.
80,000 people listening.
Now's your time, girl. Hello, are you there? Okay.
Well, yeah, man, this man has been so special to my life. Beyond words. He has given me new life. He has given life back to me. He was more courageous than me. He made me be brave, and he was very on point. He was very calm. He was very good with his deliverance. He made sure that I understood everything. He was with me every step through the way, and I am just forever thankful. It's beyond words what I can say, just how he was so attentive and just there in the fight. There's a lot of lawyers that you feel like they're just there for the job, or they're just there, doing their job. And he did overabundance in that. He made me feel like I was family. And I'm so forever grateful.
Well, Monique, I'm sorry.
No, please, it's you.
I was just going to say, Monique, the one thing, this because I've told you this, that always impressed me about you is your fierce commitment to your family. And what I mean by that is every time I met with you, the one thing that always came forward is just how much you loved your daughter, how much you loved your mother, and your mother's love for you. When I first started out as a lawyer, someone told me something. They said, in large part, if you do your job the right way, you're about keeping families together or bringing families back together. And so, nothing makes me happier than knowing that tonight you are with, I'm going to call her now my second mother, your mother, because she's incredibly cool. And I'm going to hold you guys to your promise. Okay, I remember when we were talking, you guys have some interesting food choices, and I think you guys like to eat, gopher and various things, so I'm looking forward to that barbecue that you're going to have, and you get a chance to invite me. But it's a privilege and a blessing, and like I said, I never see it as something that I'm doing. I believe that we are all placed in a position to work out God's will. And if we just at some point say, God, please, each day, put me in a place where I can make your will be done. Because Monique, the prosecutors wanted something, but guess what? It wasn't God's will. And because of this wonderful young lady who's to my right, Mimi, that's how I was able to meet you. And as a result, here you are tonight with your mother, with your family. And so this isn't about what James did, it's about what God put together. Because remember, we're all just actors in his play.
Amen.
We're his vessels. Well said.
That's another number one reason why I love him. I love him.
Come on.
Let me actually piggyback on what my daughter Monique was saying. I mean, Attorney Smith, we are just so grateful for your passion and your dedication and your professionalism. I mean, we just don't have the words. There are not enough words to express the appreciation for the amazing, amazing work that you did on our behalf. Because this whole journey, it was scary at times, but as my daughter said, he gave us courage. He gave us courage. He is strategic. He's compassionate. The man, he's the most humblest lawyer I've ever dealt with. I haven't dealt with many at all, but he is just humble person, and he just knocked us off our feet. He really did. Every time I think of him, my heart smiles because I'm just so grateful to God that he was the right attorney that we needed for this situation. He was thoughtful. He went above and beyond, and he is truly a gift. He is a gift. He is a gift.
Come on.
And for me and my family, we will always treasure him. He's actually family. We consider him family.
Come on.
We consider him family.
Nice.
That's tough to say. And I have to say, it was Prince's friends that Prince were for them to me. And from that nature, I was able to grab Mr. Attorney James and convert the whole thing over. So again, everybody listening and watching, it's your trust. It's the referrals. It's the leap of faith you guys took, you know what I mean, to come over to us because we were dealing with power hitters, heavy hitters all around us. And this is what we do.
And I was glad when they asked me, hey, did I know anyone, and did I know anyone? And I was like, yes, I know someone. And then once I referred it over to Mimi, everything fell into place, and I was glad to be a part of this.
Come on. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, there's a term that sociologists use, and it's a term called sort of like a spoke. If you think about it, we have a wheel, and Mimi is one of those individuals who connects everyone. Okay? I mean, if you look at, she's the center, and she's one of these people who I really truly think you need to run for mayor of a cola or something.
Come on! Madeline!
I'm voting for you.
You vote for me. Like, he's not the first one to say that. Someone pulled me to the side, three people, and said you need to run for politics. Listen, I don't
Mark
know.
this day down, April 27th, 2022. We're going to play this video.
In the building.
We're going to play this video. Your director of communications is going to be the young man there.
I think it's falling into place.
Yes, it is.
Do you guys receive it?
Yes.
I receive it. Listen, if it's about the people, because I stand up for them and they know it, and I could go against the grind and do it all the time, and I'll still do it.
Oh wow, that rhymes.
It does. I mean, it's peace on the street.
Bars.
We got some lyricists in the building. Monique, thank you so much, and as well as your family. And I spoke to her, and the husband was involved, the mom was involved. It was a beautiful thing. And they trusted us.
Yes, they
so
did.
again, thank you, ladies, for your time, for your trust. We appreciate this and make me so happy when I found out the great news. I called.
I jumped for joy.
I did. I'm still happy.
Yeah. I wish y'all had been there. I'm telling you, it was the greatest group hug.
I can imagine.
I've got a picture of it. It's the greatest group hug.
Can I see that?
Yes.
Yes.
It was the greatest group hug. It was incredible. And Monique's mom, I'm looking forward to now. I've been thinking about that food.
Ooh, you better do it.
He wants that gopher.
I want that gopher. I want that shrimp and crab.
I've never heard of this. Gopher.
Me either.
What's a gopher?
Little
Is
thing
it groundhog?
Fish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said it's a
Oh, I love that. I'm looking at the picture right now. Oh, that's so deep, guys. Oh, we can't share this as private, but oh, my heart. I'm so happy to be here. So thank you again, Attorney James Smith. Thank you for being with us since
Yes.
day one. Since day one, he never left our side.
Yes.
We appreciate
My
that.
pleasure.
Do they want to say anything before we let them go?
Would y'all anything y'all like to say before y'all go, family?
I
Charlie,
would
Monique?
definitely like to.
Okay.
I would definitely like to give my deepest thanks, and we're just eternally grateful from myself, from a parent fighting for their child, knowing that this man was with us, and the way that he led us by the grace of God to this victory is absolutely amazing. For any parents, mother, father, anybody out there, please trust coming from a parent fighting for their children, and even for yourself. When you know that you have somebody on your side that you can trust, that he's going to do the best that he is able to do for you with professionalism and compassion and humbleness, Attorney James Smith is the man.
Come on.
All right.
He's the man.
Yes, and I also want to thank Mimi and also family over there. You know, you're like, your blood can make us no closer. I appreciate both of you guys.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm so grateful.
Yes.
You ladies made my year.
Yeah.
So thank you once again. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for doing that for us. We appreciate that because they didn't have to. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much for your testimonies, ladies. But hopefully we see you one day.
Yeah.
I never even met him.
Okay.
Hopefully I get to meet him in person.
That's it.
So thank you so much, Monique and Mom and husband and family. God bless you guys on your new journey. Congratulations.
Yes, indeed. Peace
Thank
out.
you. Thank you.
So we have special guests that literally drove 5 to 6 hours away to be with us to release their story. Mac and Steph, thank you for being with
What's
us
up,
on
man?
Peace on the
Yeah,
Street.
Thank you all, man. Thank you.
So please, Mac, tell us exactly what's going on because I know it was very important for you to be here tonight.
What brings me here, hello to everyone listening, thank you for joining us. On March 25th, 2022, at about 2 p.m., my lover, best friend, Natalie Mandalay, better known as Lacey, was brutally massacred in our home during a home invasion robbery.
Wow.
Stephanie to my left, all three of us are in a polyamorous relationship. We've been together for a few years. Okay. Me and Lacey was involved for 5 years. And I mean, just a beautiful relationship.
Wow.
No arguments, like just a dream. And we just came back from Aruba, Curacao for like 3 weeks. Like we're always traveling throughout the countries. So anyway, I have a couple different businesses, a jeweler, clothing line, liquidation, resale, just whatever I got my hands in. So the girls we were working on credit, and we were about to purchase 2 homes for Airbnb. So I decided to post some jewelry on Instagram. And I guess that's what kind of triggered the whole thing. There was a female that was involved. There's 4 people that are involved. One of them has been captured. His name's Kamari Oliver, and he was a driver. So he's incarcerated now. But there was a female that Lacey was cool with, supposedly, and she set us up. That's exactly what happened.
Wow.
I went to the store. We were putting the house up, was going for sale. They put it on Thursday. This happened on a Friday, and we ran out of cleaning supplies. Stephanie was cleaning the bathroom. She asked me to go to the store, and
man,
I understand. Take your time.
Man.
So I went to the store, and I was gone maybe 10, 15 minutes. So when I came back home, I pulled up, and I seen a white Mercedes in my driveway, and I was like, I said, you know, who's in my driveway? Little choice words, and I thought it was the girl's Uber because the girl came over that day. and I thought it was her Uber. And then all of a sudden, I mean, this all happened like within 5 seconds. And it was a bunch of gunshots. And I said, man, that sounds like gunshots. And at that time, the driver yelled, hey! And he bolted. He took off fast. And I looked and I turned. I was in a 1970 convertible 442. I mean, it's a beautiful day out. I took it for just a drive. When I turned it around, I seen his license plate covered. And I'm like, you know, I'm street dude. And I already know what's going on. So I said, damn, she set us up. I knew right away. And then all of a sudden I seen there was 3 of them came out, the female and 2 guys. They were all masked up, all in black. They came out of my house. They seen me. They got scared and they ran to a wall. I lived in a cul-de-sac. So I didn't have a weapon on me. So the only weapon I had was my car. So I took off after the vehicle. And when he took off, he kind of missed the exit. It's a cul-de-sac road on my street, 2 cul-de-sacs. So he missed the exit. And I ended up crashing into him probably about 60 or 70 miles per hour. And then he came out of the car shooting at me.
Whoa.
When I got out, I still was going towards him. He ran, jumped the fence. When I came back to the house, Stephanie had called me.
Stephanie was in the house?
Yeah, Stephanie was in the house.
Whoa.
She was held at gunpoint in the other room.
Whoa.
And I'm thankful that they didn't kill her because it was very close. The confusion of everything happening took them away from their plan. They were in chaos. They didn't expect me to come home that fast. So I caused the whole issue after, well, that's when I came in the house and Lacey was shot about 26 times.
If you didn't come back, it could have been more. More could have been done.
If it wasn't for Lacey, Lacey's my hero. Because if it wasn't for her, she shot the assailant.
She shot him?
Yeah, she shot him. She shot him 2 times. And he had an automatic weapon and he let loose, and that's why she has so many shots. So when I came up the stairs,
I know this is really fresh, so I'm very sorry, and take your time.
Wow.
And he wants to release the story to find the assailants. This is why he's here.
So I just seen her lifeless on the bed, and you gotta understand this is someone that I was around for 5 years on a day in, day out basis. And I jumped on her to try to give her mouth to mouth, and I knew she was gone. And so the police, you know, they do their job, you know, right away they're gonna, just like that young lady or the lady that had the shooting with James, you're gonna be the suspect. They grabbed me, and which is fine. They were pretty, pretty rough. But then after everything got talked about and they realized that I wasn't, somebody, a suspect, I mean, basically what we did is we just upped and left. We don't even live there no more. We left pretty much everything behind. I put my cars in storage, and we came across country. We're from Miami originally.
And this happened in Vegas, right?
This happened in Las Vegas. We moved out there about 5 years ago, and everything was
Wow.
beautiful. We had a beautiful life, and just in a blink of an eye, with some people that wanted to take someone else's hard work. I mean, they got the most valuable thing. They took the most valuable thing in her life. 24 years old.
Wow.
On top of the world. If you were to see pictures and videos, you would be like, wow, like she was beautiful inside and out. So I had to fly her body home to Miami. So in the process of laying her to rest, I was thinking about all the people out there that have had murders happen in their house or tragedy, that they don't have the finances to do anything.
Right.
To get up and go, to
They
leave.
can't either bury their own loved one properly. So as I'm sitting there thinking, thankfully I'm blessed enough to do this, I came up with Lacey's Legacy nonprofit.
Wow.
Because I wanted to be able to help people. Imagine a person being murdered in their home and they have to live there and see that every single day. They have to relive that.
You don't think about this.
Unbelievable. That's hard.
Because they cannot pick up and go the next day.
Everybody can't just
stuck
go.
there looking at the same room that your loved one was raped, murdered, assassinated, whatever happened. And so I was like, you know, we're always about charity. We're always helping people. So I was like, you know, she had 2 days before that, she had asked me to put this blanket in her car. And it was a white blanket. And she was like, can you put the blanket in my car for me? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, no, in the back. And I was like, yes, ma'am. You know, because she was like, you can't be in the back seat, right? But I put it in the back of her car, and she wanted to give it to a homeless because it gets cold out in Vegas. People don't realize that. It gets cold.
Absolutely does.
Freezing.
It snows there. I'm just saying. I was there one time when it snowed.
Yeah, it does. So she wanted to give the blanket to somebody, and she never got that opportunity. So when me and Steph left, we made sure that we gave it away, and that was our last stop right before. And so with this nonprofit organization, I'm going to do a lot of good. I'm going to help a lot of families that are in a bad situation. You know, it costs so much money just to fly your family in.
Can I ask roundabout how much it cost?
It cost me a little over $4,000 just to fly her in.
Wow.
And then another thing is what I want to do is with this nonprofit is I want to be the spokesperson for a person, because when you're grieving, you're not paying attention, and the funeral homes are crooks.
Right, exactly.
I caught this funeral home jerking me for about $2,000 extra off of little things here and there, and I caught her red-handed.
Whoa.
And I specifically asked her, I said, let me ask you a question. Do you upsell anything, or is it just, and she blinked her eyes and looked down, and she said, oh no, we just charge. She tried to charge me. I did a butterfly release for Lacey. I did 100 butterflies. It cost about $400. This lady was charging me $800 for 12 butterflies.
Come on now.
How can you catch these guys though? Like, how can you catch that? Did you ever think about this?
How hard?
But they all do it.
How cold-hearted can
Heartless.
you be? People are already going through tragic situations.
But Prince, that's where the money's at. That's where they get that money.
I know it, but I'm just saying. But how
you
cold-hearted
don't have
can
to
you
do
be?
that. You don't have to.
I know it.
You're preying on a vulnerable
people that's
person.
already going through
and
it.
her family was there. So her brother, he's a Miami-Dade detective.
Wow.
Her
What?
father was there. All of these people were in there with the funeral director. And when I came in, I'm crying and I'm emotional, but you ain't finna get over on me.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially $2,000,
You ain't finna
$3,000.
get me. So I sat down with her and I said, let me find out, where's all this money? Where's this going? And she's like, oh, this, and it's going to cost that. Well, when I broke it down, I got it all the way down, and I went out. So I did a horse and carriage with her.
Wow.
Beautiful. I got her a pink coffin. Like, it was all pink themed. And it was beautiful. So when I asked her, she was charging me $2,500, but I found it with the same. Ironically, she was working with me. I know Lacey was there because the person, I found another company that did it for $2,000, and then they had to stop. They couldn't do it. So they gave me another number. I called that number, and the gentleman goes, this is the same thing. We were going to do this with this funeral home. And he goes, I quoted them at $1,750.
Wow.
And they were charging me $25. 100.
They were going to pocket
Made
that,
it
Prince.
extra $800 something.
Yeah, they would have pocketed
And
it.
I was like, wow. So I went back. So I told him, I said, let's keep this between me and you because I didn't want there to be no pressure in the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was calm. And I took care of everything. I didn't want her father paying for nothing, her brother, nobody.
Whoa.
I'll pay. This is my responsibility. This is my woman. You know what I'm saying? Me and Stephanie took care of it. And the lady looked at me and she tried to say, oh, well, he canceled it. But I didn't say nothing to her because we cremated her. And just so I wanted to wait till I get the ashes back.
That's it.
And then when I get
Smart
the ashes,
man.
then I'm going to go ahead and expose her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because Lacey was a big yelper.
Yeah, really.
She was a big yelper.
So, do you want? So, let me ask you this: do you want to expose it now?
Expose it now.
Oh, you know the name of the funeral home, right? Go ahead.
It's all right.
This
We
is
can do
Stephanie.
that. We're on broadcasting radio.
Caballero Westchester in Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I just called it out. And it's okay because if you're feeling that it's not right for the public, for the people, say it.
Her name is Laura. Laura, the funeral director or something. Terrible. Really.
Scumbag. That's what you
I
call
can't
it.
really say what I want to say.
I know because it's broadcasting radio. But let me say, Prince, this goes on 24/7.
Yes,
it doesn't get called out because people just, like he said, they just
They don't
overwhelmed.
know no better.
They
And
don't know
anyway,
better.
They're so emotional, and like my brother-in-law and them, they were in there, and they were like, "I'm a boisterous person. Like I don't care. Like I ain't got no hair on my tongue, as we say, so I can speak what I want to. I'm not scared to express myself.
Yeah, we peace on the streets.
Yeah,
we're not.
So with the situation when I came in, she already knew that there was a problem because of how I conducted myself. And I sat down with her, like, look, I understand it's a business, but you don't need to be taking advantage of people the way that. And imagine all of the funeral homes all over the place.
They're all upsell, but it's not upsell, Prince. They pocket that extra cash. It's insane. They pocket that
caller
extra.
just called in,
We
and
did.
they're listening, and they're saying they're enjoying the show. They asked, can you say the name of the funeral home one more
They
time?
asked that.
Yeah.
Nice and slow, please.
Caballero Westchester.
In
that's
Miami, Florida. It's off of Bird Road.
Got it.
It's off of Bird Road, and it's next to Tamiami Park. It's a very reputable, supposedly, funeral home. But she was just. I just knew it. I know better. I've had a bunch of deaths. My older brother, he got murdered in '98. He got shot 5 times.
Sorry to hear this.
I had another brother in 2007. He died in my arms. He got stabbed 8 times.
Goodness.
So I'm familiar with death. You remember that, Chino. Rest in peace.
And this is all in South Florida.
One was in Pensacola, Florida. One was in Miami, and then Lacey got murdered in Las Vegas.
Got it.
And so
there's 2 right now that's free.
There's 3.
Did they capture the woman?
Nope.
What?
She's with the shooter, the main shooter. From what I understand, there was 2 shooters shooting her, but I can't get into details, so I don't know exactly. Right. But the woman, the female, she's a 21-year-old female.
Whoa.
And she's running with this, I think he's like 30 years old. So they're right now on the run together. And then the third and final suspect, he's on his own somewhere. So they're watching me. They're watching my every move.
Interesting.
Which I want them to. You know, the FBI is involved with it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very big situation. This is not. Las Vegas aired it. Channel 7 News in Miami aired it.
Interesting. Miami?
Have you ever heard of Wynwood in Miami?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, it's an art district in Miami.
Okay.
And what I had done, very good friends of mine, man. SK and Dism, my friend Smiley. They did
DJ Smiley?
No.
Ah, that was my boy. Go ahead.
But they did a big wall, a mural.
Whoa.
I mean, and to get your face in Wynwood, only celebrities go up there.
Come on.
Like it's.
Yeah, I've heard of Wynwood.
Can I get a picture of that?
Sure.
I would love to share that.
I got a song, a tribute song made for her.
You got to send that to us as well.
Yeah.
And you have,
gotta send it to 'em.
if I'm not mistaken, you have a nonprofit right now for her, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please release that?
It is Lacey's Legacy Nonprofit.com. It's going to help a lot of people. It's
And this is what you said, that you want families to be able to uproot themselves if they go through anything dramatic, murder, rape, anything. You want them to be able to uproot.
If they want to, they have the opportunity and ability. Some people might not want to because that's their house and they want to keep their memories.
I get it.
But there's a lot of people that are stuck in that environment and they have to constantly relive that tragedy every single day. So this organization is going to help people kind of, and also not just relocate, but also with funeral expenses.
Wow.
And then the most important thing is to be able to deal with people like myself that could help you through. Because this is an emotional thing. Like, even for me, it's like I cry a lot. And
which is not normal. Yeah, you should release it.
No, I'm gonna.
It must be released.
I can't hold it back. And she was a big part of our life. She came into my life in a very dark time in my life. I just got over my brother's murder.
Wow.
So when she came into my life, she was in a bad. We just meshed so well that we just came up and we owned companies together. And she was young but very mature, and she wanted to be successful. And she never had and she had bad relationships, men dogging her out and treating her bad. And she had been raped before, and I think that was one of the issues when this people came into the house. Her first reaction was to protect herself, protect Stephanie, because mind you, I'm not home.
Wow.
Now, if you go back, I'm there at the house. And I'm hearing them kill her.
Man.
So, I mean, without her doing what she did, I'm dead. They're going to kill me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Because they're already
They shot at
me.
you.
You all would be.
And you were held at gunpoint. You guys, well, I'm going to, God knows what he's doing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he knows who to call home, who not to.
Uh-huh.
And he left them here still. So, you guys know you have a purpose still,
That's
right?
it.
Yes, I know the destiny and.
I mean, it's real. You're still here because you still have a mission you still have to go on. You do. He gave you a mission.
They all do.
As well as her. Absolutely.
It's not over.
It's not.
No, I know.
And he knows that you guys are the strongest candidates to take over.
Yep.
I say that all the time, that I was chosen because I'm the strongest out of the whole the family, because it was me, Steph, and Lacey, and mentally, I'm the one that could handle this the best. If I was gone and they were here, it'd be a whole different situation.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying? So, and here, her destiny, one of her destinies was to change me.
You have a smile on your face.
That's it. So we're going to keep it locked right there.
And she did.
Yes,
she
did.
did.
We're going to keep it locked right there. We got to get a couple of more songs in.
All right, let's do that. And we're going to close off with them and Attorney James. That's right.
And we got Mr. James right here.
Attorney James Smith changing the game in Orlando.
So you guys keep it locked. The Peace on the Streets radio show. It's been an emotional roller coaster here today.
It's a